though there are certain constraints, when I get into a bus, sometimes people can't exactly see that I'm a blind person, and sometimes people, like very willingly give the seat or whatever, like those things are there.
Yeah.
And like that itself, sometimes that is, I just think, people have to get up because of me, because me being a blind person and all that. But overall, with my achievements and what I am planning to do in the future, and with the fact that I have excelled in many fields, including sports and also education, since I am a university student who is specializing in international relations.
When you came to your advanced levels, to get into the university you have to do advanced levels.
Yes.
How did the studies go? How was it difficult, or was it like just another subject for you?
It was not an easy ride, I must say, because I did economics, Greek and Roman civilization, and English literature.
Okay.
So doing economics was a big task, since there were many graphs and those kind of things to handle with. But however, with my determination and with the help of certain people in college, I was able to overcome it quite easily.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, him himself, Mr. Ishan himself, is an inspiration to all of us. But with that being said, we will head on to our second break. When we come back, we'll stay in conversation with Mr. Ishan Jalil about the Disability Rights Convention and much more. Stay tuned. Uh, 48 minutes down the hour 7 is the time for you, ladies and gentlemen. We were in discussion with Mr. Ishan Jalil, the president of the Young Voices of Sri Lanka, who along with the Rotaract Club is organizing a disability convention in Sri Lanka, a very sensitive topic and a very social topic that we should talk about, and Prime TV is definitely glad to become a part of it. And still in discussion with Mr. Ishan Jalil, talk about more of your personal life. As you just mentioned, you did economics, and the worst part about economics is the graphs that you had to encounter. How did you do the graphs in economics, and what other challenges did you come across?
Yeah, so like in doing economics, since I had to anyway go through the graphs, this economics teacher, Miss Janita Piris, she was my economics teacher. So she used to, I have this braille tool called the stylus. So she used to take the stylus and on a A4 paper or like any given paper, like draw the graph for me from that stylus. Draw the graph for me, and then I have to feel it and then recognize that this is the 45-degree line or whatever, the graph, like whatever.
The demand and the supply curve.
Exactly.
Okay. My other question, this is out of curiosity and with all due respect I'm asking, how do you read? How do you read braille?
Okay, so reading braille, to give a very simple demonstration, this is the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, right?
Okay.
And it's a very small convention. So now this is the way I'm reading, as you all may see in the screen. I feel with my hand and I read. So this is Article 8 of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities.
Okay.
Awareness raising. Okay. And 1. States parties undertake to adopt immediate, effective and appropriate measures, A, to raise awareness throughout society, including at the family level, regarding persons with disabilities, and to foster respect for the rights and dignity of persons with disabilities. Wow. That's one way, like, that's how we read it.
Okay. So, I mean, it was quite fascinating, honestly, because I haven't seen people reading braille. Does it have A, B, C, D on it? How do you read the letters? Yeah,
it's all like in 6 dots. Any language, English, Sinhala, or any language.
Okay.
This is with regard to braille. So any language, only 6 dots, and there are certain patterns which, when we are reading, we can get the impression. Now, for instance, say this is a Sinhala book.
Yeah.
If I read the first, like if I read it start reading like this, I just get the impression, this is a Sinhala book.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how Braille works.
It's just 6 dots in a pattern for you to get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, moving on with the program, back to the Disability Rights Convention itself. What is that? The book you just read? That's a UN convention.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities.
How does that come into play when it comes to the Disability Rights Convention?
Okay. So the situation in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Because we are. You asked even Mr. Abdul as to what is the dire need of starting, as in having a convention like this. In Sri Lanka, as I told you earlier, the government had already signed, but we need to ratify this convention. We need to ratify this very small convention on the rights of persons with disabilities, so that disabled persons can live a dignified life. That is the most simplest message which we want to convey to the public.
Can you elaborate further on how you can ratify this convention?
That is, there are various steps to be taken. One thing, creating awareness amongst the public, because whatever we ratify in the top level doesn't really make any sense if the people of the country don't know what it is. So there needs to be awareness in the grassroots level and in all levels of society. So that's what Young Voices is doing right now, because we always have these sensitization programs, awareness programs in many villages in Sri Lanka and many towns and so on. And also in creating awareness, we want to get media involved. That's how even this Prime TV is helping out us.
Yes, definitely. And Prime TV is glad to be of community service and do something good for the society. One last question before we wind up the show is, how do you feel that you are finally being granted the chance of creating awareness, but what would be your ultimate satisfaction out of this awareness campaign? How would you satisfy yourself out of this awareness program?
Okay, so through the Disability Rights Convention, my ultimate goal, as in not as a person, but as a person who represents the disability community, the community of disabled persons, my ultimate satisfaction would be if that the Sri Lankan government ratifies the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, and also if the ratification is implemented in the greater society, and also in doing so creating awareness amongst academia, media personnel, NGOs, legislators and any other interested party is the key. So that's why we are holding this Disability Rights Convention on the 3rd of March. So it's a kind of a very open forum convention, where people are free to ask questions, and also the lectures will be done basically in the Sinhala medium, since the majority of campus are Sinhala medium students. But still, since there is an open forum session, since there is a question and answer session, anyone can ask questions from any preferred language, and we are ready to answer any questions. So coming back to your point, my ultimate goal, and me being the president of Young Voices and a member of the Rotaract Club of the University of Colombo, is to make sure that persons with disabilities are not discriminated and their rights are respected, and to change the attitudes of people in a way which implants the idea in their mind that disability rights are also human rights, not something else, and disabled persons are also human beings, and we need to cooperate with them, and more than sympathy or anything else, or to quell prejudices, and also to create empathy more than sympathy.
Yeah, well, that is definitely the message out for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you are interested, and you should be interested, head down to the on the 3rd of March, head down to the university premises between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. and be a part of it, be a part of this worthy cause, as Prime TV is always. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Ishan Jalin. Unfortunately, our time is up for today, but remember that we can help the society. One small change can definitely make a huge, big change in the entire society themselves. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Ishan Jalin, for coming to our premises.
You're most welcome.
And also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Abdul Wahid for participating in this program, as well as for organizing the Disability Rights Convention on the 3rd of March.
And one last word,
Yes.
I really thank Prime TV for giving us this opportunity to voice our opinion on media.
You're most welcome, Mr. Jalin. Prime TV is always glad to be a part of community service, as we always said. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching iBorn Sri Lanka. I will see you tomorrow on iBorn Sri Lanka.